unanibamba kabisa, navyokuna kiukweli unatisha. Mendo namba 8 we namba 9, ukinishika mbona watu wote watapisha. Sitaki kuwa single tena, chochote unataka we sema. Cheza na micheza tetema, nikiwa mbele nawe ufuate nyuma. Step by step tutakwenda kidogo go, twende go. No pressure, twende kidogo go, twende go.
Hello guys, welcome back to the 254 Wave Show. I'm your host Safari, and that was Go 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 by Mary, and she's a good vibe, man. If you haven't listened to her, I mean, you should go check out her songs are really fire. She's called Queen MJ, and that was Go Go. So welcome back to another episode of the 254 Wave Show, and I'm glad to be here with you guys. I'd love for you guys to get in touch with us through our social media platforms. You can go and visit the Black Hot Fire Network on all social media platforms. We are found also on YouTube on Black Hot Fire Network. And you can also get in touch with us, text us, SMS us, WhatsApp us on 0754 402 730, guys. So, jumping straight right into the things, guys. By the way, happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Mother's Day has just passed, some few days ago, and now we are on Eid. The national holiday is about to be tomorrow, but Eid has actually been happening since today. Yeah, so happy Eid al-Fitr, guys. How are you planning on spending your weekend? That Friday, the Friday holiday is usually the most important one, before we get our weekend. So imagine holiday for Friday. Wow. It's going to be fire. Anyway, guys, welcome back to the 254 Web Show. I'm your host, Safari, and I'm glad for you guys to be joining us. Please visit our pages on every social media platform, and we are going to have so much fun. So, jumping straight right into Black Excellence. I'm so thrilled. I'm so happy because Jay-Z becomes the first rapper, to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If you don't know about the story, guys, it's like something big, because he's made history. This is it makes me so happy to feel like we have people pushing the Black legacy out there, and for me that's something good. So he sold millions of records worldwide, and is like he becomes the first rapper to be given that honor. Like there is no other rapper who has that honor. Is the first one, And speaking a little more about Jay-Z, it's only last week he was featured in DJ Khaled's album, and he had a song with Nas. It's called Sorry Not Sorry, and people were bashing him on his lyricism and all that, and we talked about that on the other show. If you haven't watched that, you can visit our social media platforms and you can get to listen to the show, So people were bashing him and Nas on their lyricism and saying they had some corny lines in it and all that. But for me, I feel like he's really took the game to a whole nother milestone. He's paved the way for artists, to come and put their art, and he's been good, and he's had major people congratulating him. We had Sherry, saying he used to vote for him every day, and so many people have really congratulated him, and it's something good, and we are glad, guys, he has actually done it, after he's won 22 Grammys. 22 Grammys is not easy, especially after musicians The Weeknd bashing the Grammys and all that. We had the incident with Kanye, and about the Grammy and all that. It wasn't so good. So him actually getting to win this accolade, it's a major step in his life. And for me, I believe he's done it good. He's obviously left a legacy out there. So I want you to get back to me, guys, and tell me, how do you feel about the issue, with Jay-Z and all that? And do you feel like he really deserves it? Do you think he deserves it? For me, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I listened to Jay-Z back when I was in high school. That's the first time, not even high school, let's say the year getting into high school, and he came in with some really nice songs, and I saw his lyricism at a whole new level, So for me, he's a really creative guy. So for him being the first rapper, in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man, that's probably the best thing that can ever happen right now in this generation, and I'm waiting to see more from him. I'm sure this is not going to be his last milestone is going to step, so I'm waiting to see more from him. I'm waiting to see more from other artists. So jumping right next into some other stuff, we had J. Cole, announcing the release date of his new album. It's called Off Season, and for me, I feel like this is going to be a very good album with how it was marketed and all that, and having J. Cole having to go to Rwanda, for the basketball games and all that. That's a good move, And for me, I believe he's already dropped the interlude to his album, and I must say it's fire. If you haven't listened to it, you can go check it out, and go and just listen to it and listen. He's got some good lyricism. And artists like, for me, I usually admire artists like J. Cole, and the likes of Kendrick and all that, because they speak about Black excellence. And right now, maybe you might not be knowing this, but being Black right now, like, it's been looked at it from different angles, so we are having so many things, associated with Blackness right now. I remember I was watching a documentary, and when rap was being inducted, into the states by people like Ice Cube and all that, like when they started like bringing the hardcore rap was there all along. We had the likes of Rakim and all that, but now when they started speaking on things affecting Black people in the overseas states, now it became a really huge deal, so for them to reach this milestone, to get rap artists being recognized on another new level, that's good. So I would really urge you guys to go and watch the shows, and just see what's all about. So jumping right into other matters, we have I recently read an article where people were comparing Trio Mio to Issa. Man, first of all, I've never felt like that. Okay, the good thing is Trio Mio came on his social media handles and he said like he's only been in the game for 1 year, so it's a little bit of disrespect. But nevertheless, coming up with a comparison like that, you have to have a very strong basis of argument, because comparing an artist to Issa, to Trio Mio, I think that's not even ready yet. I think Trio Mio is a good artist. He's one of the best young rappers right now. And the funny thing is, this kid is in school. Like right now, he's going back to school, So to be able like to balance both, first of all, that's a good thing. And then the other thing is like he's still in school and is doing this great stuff, getting in music collaborations with artists like Major, Fena Gitu, the big renowned artists in Kenya right now, and they are all saying this kid is great. So obviously he is good. But do you feel he is good enough to be put in the caliber of Issa, Like, are we even able to compare him? Like right now, where he is, the milestone he's treaded in his music career, can we say like it is strong enough? Like we can put a strong basis enough to put Trio Mio in the likeness of Issa or in the greatness of Issa? If you don't know about Issa, his real name was Issa Mari Wangui, and he was born in May 20th, 1981. So people know Issa with one of the favorite songs. He had he was a musician who really had a nice vibe to it. His songs were really catchy, and he's among I would say he is among the people who like put our music on a greater platform. And it is so sad that he had to pass away. He actually passed away on March 2003. And it was a very sad story, because now Nameless was put in the mix. They were in a kind with Nameless, and now it became really scary. But for me, I feel like Issa was one of the best people we will never get to have again. To see young talent like that, when he came in, he was trading on lands that no one had even put foot on. You know, he was like giving us vibes and making us jam into songs that not many people like. You know, like his genre that he was vibing with, it was so amazing. You know, so so when you get to compare artists like Issa to Triomia, I'd say Triomia is good, but not to the extent of Issa. But nevertheless, that's my own comment. So you can get in touch with us through the Black Hot Fire Network on all social media platforms. You know, just go and search Black Hot Fire Network. You can still call, SMS, or WhatsApp us on 0754402730. Now, if you guys remember about the Issa story, you know, they were in a car with Nameless. It was after a show or something. Then they had an accident. Nameless was driving, and Issa was the one who, you know, lost his life. You know, and now there was some ugly story, so we won't get much into that. But then Nameless has come out, you know, and he's spoken something about comparing Triomio to Issa. And if I may read up, he told Triomio, keep up the good work. Whenever you see yourself being compared to greats like Issa, then you're definitely impactful. Bless up, you know. So for me, I'd say he's not yet in that caliber, but he is headed somewhere. And trust you me, I feel he has the potential to even become better, because with all these resources he has right now, and the art and the level of his art where he is right now, if you can compare to the age right now, I want you to tell me of a kid who is like not yet an adult, you know, not 18 or something, and he has bars like he has. You know, we've seen him freestyle with Calligraph, we've seen him, you know, do major shows, you know. So he is going to be, if he keeps up the good work that he is, he's going to reach places where like not so many people have reached, you know. So he is yet to be there. So he will be there, but right now, guys, for me, I feel it's not there. But then again, you can give me your comments, you know. I'm going to leave you with the social media handles, and we're going to go on a short break, on a music break. When we come back, we're going to discuss other entertainment matters. Remember, this is the 254 Web Show, and I'm your host, Safari. And please get in touch with us. You know, you can comment on anything you want to comment about, and we will be happy to hear from you guys. Right now, I'm going to play you a song, and we're going to go on a short music break, guys.
It's Snyder, the Don Dada. Snyder, the Don Dada. I'm more. Kini kama cake, unadai hate. Kama sanitizer mina eradicate. Kama buku mina die wa educate. Jua sina rela so si die relate. Bitches hate, bitches lying. Bitches saying sort of this I keep denying. Nilisema ni madanga wakakuja na mapanga. Nikisema ni kuhanya mtatoroka kama panya. Fresh from the east, na wakule kama fees. Mini lyrical disease, na wakunyo kama juice. Mkipaska disease, kukote kula full speed. Amuwezi ni beating around sweet. Matuta zimeiva ziko fresh. Majeki zimeiva ziko fresh. Swaga iko lit iko fresh. Beam girls nimeiva niko fresh. Maduta zimeiva ziko fresh. Swaga iko lit iko fresh. Majeki zimeiva ziko fresh. Beam girls nimeiva niko fresh. Ala, ebunyonga hiyo bitch. GG Muiki 17 beam super S on the cast before S kuna M sijaribu kunimes. Pindo yule empress kama rasta ko blaze na sisuki na stance. Yeah yo, I do physicals, I don't do cash. Niki hooligan, kimeingia bash. Sakiras kiban, selecta wote gwan. Pull up, tumeshikisha yo. Kodo macho kodo yeah. Tomato, niki nyanya zikinyanya yeah. Maduza zimeiva ziko fresh. Majeki zimeiva ziko fresh. Swaga iko lit iko fresh. Beam girls nimeiva niko fresh. Maduza zimeiva ziko fresh. Swaga iko lit iko fresh. Majeki zimeiva ziko fresh. Beam girls nimeiva niko fresh. Badan kadan nimekataa kukam. Itamaji ran tuwe bash ni fan. Baby wote kwanza tikishash kiban. Na kishash kiban kumoto bada than. Isokote mini beast from the east. Run him mutati kete pana sasini. Takondo sikarati. Sayule manzimshi. Filta muka fenesi. Fika bemi sim. cheap, Allah. I got the sauce, I got the gual, nice swagger. See me the dope mwaza. See you my fall, my mala. Tuzo zimeiva ziko fresh, mateki zimeiva ziko fresh, swaga iko lit iko fresh, beam girls nimeiva niko fresh, maduza zimeiva ziko fresh, swaga iko lit iko fresh, mateki zimeiva ziko fresh, beam girls nimeiva niko fresh.
Welcome back, guys. That was Fresh by Snyder, guys. If you haven't heard it, you should go and listen to it, guys. So welcome back to the 254 Wave Show, guys. I'm your host Safari, and we are chilling. Today is happening to be a Thursday. I don't know for the people in the States or anywhere you are listening to us from. Get back with us and tell us where you are listening from. We have people from Rwanda, we have people all the way from the US. So guys, if you are getting in touch with us, tell us where you're listening from and what do you think about whatever we are discussing. So before we went on a break, we were discussing about the Trio Mio and Issa issue, the comparison and the amount of controversy it's bring, and just to wind it up, I'm going to give respect to the legend, for what he did in the Kenyan industry. It's not easy for someone to come in at such a young age, for the both of them, and do whatever they're doing right now. So I'm going to say bless them, guys. If you can use your art, to keep on inspiring people and to keep on doing good, then that's okay, Jumping right into other matters, guys, we have the Crime and Justice. This is a Kenyan series, that's airing with the cast. We have Sarah Hassan, who was I remember watching Sarah Hassan in Tahiti High. She was my favorite, especially when the scenes that they had to do with OJ. If you guys mnakumbuka Tahiti High, those were the shows zenye ilikuwa ikifika saa moja na nusu uko glued auto, tunangoja tu kuona. You are waiting to see the show. I remember it used to be aired every Tuesday, So that's how I came to know Sarah Hassan, and she still is a great personality, especially in the acting industry, And the thing is, she's joined by another also actor who was also in the Tahiti High series, he's called Alfred Munyua. For me, I think Alfred is among the top Kenyan entertainers, especially with these YouTube. He has a YouTube shows, guys. You should go and search about it. Speaking on lives about marriage and all that. Plus, I think it's a good combination. And actually, this TV series has really been talked about from a lot of people. We've had even great people, giving reviews, great, websites trying to give reviews and all that, And right now, it's like it's the newest sort of show in East Africa, So we are like, I would really urge you guys to go and really jump into it and try to see it. It is shot on Showmax. It is on Showmax. So, tell me, guys, do you think, like, if you have watched the show, do you think like the show is a good thing? Because for me, I feel like it has its own controversies, people have been debating about it, because they speak, and for me, I feel like it's causing controversies simply because these guys are touching on issues that are affecting us right now. These are issues like it's about crime and justice, and if I could read a little, it's all about legal drama, inspired by real life crime stories. So these are things that are touching us right now, as a nation and as a generation. And to think about it, I feel like this is something good, because at the end of the day, whatever story they're telling, I am pretty sure it's something that's happening right now. It's something that's happening amongst us, like they touch on things that, these are the things zenye hawezi toka hapo nje waanze tu advocate for. You have to have a channel or a way of advocating for it. So for me, I feel like this is a good thing, and if we could get more people, supporting our cast, and like putting work out there, because I believe we have so many good stories to put out there, and we have so many good stories, you know, like people really want to hear, you know, and having these great actors, you know, giving us their stuff, because, you know, like this is an honor, you know, having the two of them, you know, telling a story like that. It's more than money, you know. It now becomes a passion for me. I feel like they really put so much work into it, because I've watched like an episode, you know, and it's really wonderful, guys. I would really urge you to go watch it, you know. Yeah, so moving on to things, we've had some very many controversies, you know, about the entertainment industry as per right now, especially the gospel industries. And I would just want to ask you guys, do you feel like the gospel industry is really whatever we thought it's going to be? You know, do you really think like they're putting out the message that they intend to bring? You know, because we've had these controversies with so many artists, you know, and like we've had gospel artists who've been put on the spotlight, you know, and people are really asking them stuff, you know, and we are just trying to see if they're still relevant, because right now the biggest hurdle in the entertainment industry, especially the music industry, be it gospel or secular, is just stay relevant. We've seen artists coming with banger songs in the first, like, let's say 2 releases. The first 2 releases are going to hit us to the wave, you know, like we are going to be like, oh, this guy is so good, you know, the music is so good, but then after that you disappear, you know. So staying relevant has been a very big challenge, and as an artist, I feel like we don't give them the much accolades that we deserve to, because being in the game for almost 14 years, and people still, like, for those 14 years, you know, every time you release a song, people talk about, you know, we've had artists who've been in the industry, you know, for as long as 10 years, you know. That's really a lot of years, you know. We have parental artists like Nameless, you know. We have his wife Wahoo. We have Nyanshiski, who came back. We have Octopizzo, you know, who's gone international. We have so many artists who've like been there for a long time. So staying relevant is actually a very big deal. You can find like you'd be known, like, you know, it's very easy to forget someone if you don't keep up with the content, you know. That's why it's very important for you to stay connected to your fans, you know, the people who route for you. How can you keep connecting with them more? I think as an artist, we should all sit down and try to see how to connect more to your fans, you know. Like, how can you reach your fans well, you know, because being relevant is all that matters. You might come in with the fire song, you know, and gonna disappear, and that's it. Like, nobody's going to be talking about you. Nobody's going to be talking about your new releases. Now you become extinct, you know. So guys, I would really like to listen to you guys and get to hear from you guys, and tell us, guys, like, what do you think about the entertainment industry in Kenya as per right now? Do you think like we are really putting in the work? Do you feel like we are really getting it out there? You know, do you have anything you'd like for the artists to know, to understand? Get back to us, get in touch with us through all social media platforms. You can just search Black Hot Fire Network. You can also call, SMS, or WhatsApp us on 0754 402 730, guys. We are going to go on a short music break. When we come back, we are going to be giving you more entertainment news. As for now, let's get into a music break. I'm going to play you a song.
Fast things fast, man, luki iko set. Machos na matasi zote man ziko met. End of day, buda mina direct. Na kuna wase man, huku ni mapest. Ondokea Leo ni leo man. Unakamu kislide, unasonga na beat. Sahau ya shida, wesi ndio man. Hiyo si pan. Saka control, chukua control. Usimove na demol. Usimove na demol. Chukua kako tu buda. Kwenda kivyako, zikwende kivyako. move kama wewe, cheza kiwewe, style yako buda, kako tu, cheza kiwewe, niko kangu tu. Mnaingia bezati imejaa, itakuaje ni kubanju tu, night umona kuna kuzuba, we go hard mbogi inadai, kumaora kulala hi-fi, ogopa kiti amka vifiti, songa na biti, kako tu, pole pole tu, haste na mabeste ni kupate niko kangu tu, chukua kako tu buda, kwenda kivyako zikwende kivyako. Move kama wewe, cheza kiwewe, style yako buda, kako tu, cheza kiwewe, niko kangu tu. Flow imejawa seni masweat, kubanjuka ngoma za kina swat, zime nice utadhani mbogi imerogwa. Banjuka banju, sound imewai, bass imewai, DJ amewai, moves imewai, crowd imewai, yo, chukua kako tu buda, kwenda kivyako zikwende kivyako, move kama wewe, cheza kiwewe, style yako buda, kako tu, cheza kiwewe, niko kangu tu, kako tu, cheza kiwewe, niko kangu tu.
Welcome back, guys. That was Cheza Kiwewe by Zash. Yeah. Welcome back, guys. This is the 254 Wave Show, and I'm glad for you to be chilling with us. I'm your host, Safari, and I can see we have the chosen one who's tuned in, guys. Remember, you can comment, or you can get in touch with us on all our social media platforms at Blackwood Fire Network. You can also call, SMS, or WhatsApp us on 0754 402 730. For now, we are going to get back onto the show. And before we went on a break, we were talking about the Kenyan entertainment industry, and I was asking you guys if you feel like we are really doing what it needs to be done, And I'm going to give you a bit of some news, And we had a story of DJ Mo who posted his video. Well, kulikuwa na wakati before he put himself as a brand, as a DJ brand, he was a rapper. I know, as funny as it may sound, DJ Mo was really a rapper, and he, like, I really think for me he could really do the two. But nevertheless, you can go check out the story, and get to see how he used to sound like, his sound and all that as a rapper, not as a DJ anymore. So he posted the video with a really good comment. He said, "Whoever dares to laugh will get blocked. Keep dreaming, we keep going. Please never give up." And the thing is, for me, I really feel artists right now, inaweza fikia place unafeel ni kama you want to stop doing whatever you're doing. For me, I'd say you just keep holding in there, man. As long as you believe in your talent right now, that's it. You just need to like give it your best. Like, if you really want to go into the arts business, mtu asikwambie muziki hailipi ama sijui nini. Actually, we have people who came into the music industry as businessmen, like Rabbit, and they've made major milestone, even putting up his own record label, signing artists, and he's getting big endorsements from these companies because he looked at music as an industry and as a way of, like, as long as, yes, you're doing whatever you like, but is anything profitable coming from it, and whatever you are setting up, will it benefit other people also? So for me, I really feel like the industry is doing okay. We are doing fine. We are getting there, I urge these other countries, to be watching out, because right now we have artists whom I can put against any other artist in Africa. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we have the best of the best, but I'm saying whatever we have in Kenya right now, it's fire. You know, we have artists like Calligraph who've won in major international awards, you know, who've been in award categories with artists like Nasty C, you know, Casper. And imagine to be the whole group of artists whom we feel they have really made it major, you know. So that means we are getting there. That means we are doing something, guys. So we would like to jump back again into things. But before we do, remember this is the 254 Web Show, and I'm your host Safari. And you can get in touch with us through any social media platforms. You know, get in there. Tell us, where are you tuning in from? Where are you listening from? What would you like us to share about? You know, if you have anything you'd like to comment on the issues that we've talked about, getting us through the Black Hot Fire Network, you know, on all social media platforms. And you can call, SMS, and WhatsApp us on 0754 702 430. You know, so I was asking, do you feel like also the industry, you know, the industry, we are doing what it takes? So I would like to share something with you guys. So we've had a ton of controversies with both industries, you know, and how they are really, you know, putting out their art out there. And okay, I really don't feel comfortable saying this, but I also feel it needs to be said out there, you know. And for me, I'd say, if you are like, you know, you have to have a purpose. The reasons why these artists don't make it that long is, let's say, like, what's your purpose? You know, if you come in here like you say, I want to sing because of such and such and such, you know, we have those cloud chasers, you know, and we have people who have some real content, you know. So it depends with your purpose, you know. And if you get a purpose, now you have to dig deep into it, you know, and try to dig deep and try and find ways of putting your fields out there and putting your art out there, you know, and just having guys getting to see that part of you. Because music right now is really music, and let's say the art industry is really a big part of us, because right now we have the COVID-19 issues. So we can barely hold shows, you know. There are all these restrictions. We can't do so many things, you know, right now. So which is the other way to get to you, you know? We have to find a way of getting information and getting the message to people, you know. So music is one of the ways. So, and the good thing about music is you can take anything and sing about it. It depends with the word you choose to use. It depends with the wordplay and everything. And so right now, the thing is, you know, with all this new generation coming up, they vibe to something a little bit different, and that's okay. You know, we have the Gengeton and we have all that genre. You know, in the UK, there is a new genre. Actually, I was so amazed to see UK hip hop artists, you know, who are like, they're kids and they really have this hard way of rapping, you know, and it was just crazy, man. So, like, things are changing, you know. And having to adapt with that and having to cope with that means we have to change the way we put out our message there in terms of art, you know. I wouldn't expect your song from 2 years ago to still sound the same 5 years ago. I have to notice the difference, you know. Like, I have to see you've really even made a milestone, you know. I have to see, like, even like your own fans have to see, like, you really put it out there, like there is a difference. For example, right now, we were speaking about Issa, you know. Okay, let's take someone who's had a really long time. Okay, like Nameless. If you'd compare Nameless first hit songs, you know, and to the time when he came in and released Nasinzia Nikikuwaza, to Butterfly, and to recent songs, you know, he's still relevant, but you can see the tone and the change in his art, you know, the growth. Like, you can really say, like, this was him. Like, if you get to listen to the two songs, like the two different songs, maybe from when he started and the song that's released recently, you'll get to hear, like, this is him 5 years ago and this is him now. You get to see that differentiation, like, you get to see that growth, you know. And so for me, it's all about that. For me, I urge you guys, you know, like, you have, like, make sure if you're an artist, you're also elevating your game out there. Like, give us something to make us talk about you. For example, and I've used Riomi as an example, like every time. He came in with that art that, like, he put so much effort into it, like he's now relevant. You see, like, you'd go anywhere and you say, like, yeah, and people will be like, that guy is good. So it's all about staying relevant and making sure, like, whatever your artists know you, like how they know you, the image you've put out there, the music image still remains relevant. I wouldn't, like, okay, nobody enjoys the shift and tone of things, like right now. Okay, for example, let's take an example of who Willie Paul. We saw Willie Paul come into the music industry with the gospel theme, and he was so catchy, and he had a vibe to it. Like, he would sing about religious matters with the swaggy kind of way that would appeal to the young generation, and I understood that, because you wouldn't expect me, like, to be bumping to a song, that doesn't relate to me. So I remember there's a song where he was speaking about us. He was being suicidal, and people actually refurbished it, or let's say, like, they tend not to think about it that much, but that's what has been happening all along, and artists being suicidal. And he was singing about how he's being suicidal. Yeah, he had a collaboration with a female artist, and for me, I think, like, it is songs like that make a mark in someone's career, or in your music, in your music journey. Songs like that help us relate to whatever is happening, and right now is really putting in secular music. I'm not saying it's bad music, it's getting airplay, and it's doing good as per views and all that, but you can see that shift in his content. So I want to ask you guys, do you feel like whatever, like an artist can make that move and still be great, or do you think, like, you would prefer an artist to still be relevant as how he came in? Like, unapendaje, like, unapenda kuona hiyo change yenye amemake sahi, like do you admire the change? Do you like the change? Do you like the kind of music he's putting out, or do you like the Willie Paul that you knew when he was introduced to you, like the one who used to sing about religious matters in a swag way, but still remain religious, So, guys, you can give us your comments, you can get back in touch with us through our Black Hot Fire network, on all social media platforms. You can search Black Hot Fire Network. You can also visit the blackhotfirenetwork.com. You can also download our app from Play Store, the Black Hot Fire, app. And you can also call, SMS, or WhatsApp us through 0754402730, guys. I'm going to go on a short music break. When we come back, guys, we're going to be discussing about more musical matters. But for now, let us listen to Josie. It's called Come Here.
My baby fine, keep up like that. You be my fire, you be my lighter. You be the star up in the sky with the shine in my dark. I love you forever, I no go deny you. Come in my friends and my family, I can't do without you. My baby, oh, you be my strength and my power. You already know, I feel do anything for your matter, yeah. My baby, oh, I feel your mountain for you. I feel die and stay for you. Do anything you want me to do, yeah. Oh, yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh, yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Ooh, my baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. My baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. Darling, not only you are the city for my dream boy. I don't care. Loving is wrong, I don't want to be right here. You be my sugar, Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Ooh, my baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. My baby Kilimanjaro. My baby Sparrow. My baby fine, they romantic, chai, they romantic. My baby sweet, you know they stingy. I swear, you know they stingy. It's come about, hey, you get to me well, hey, it's all I've got. I don't call that Chaco. All of my friends and my family, and they all want to meet you. I care about you, and I love you, baby, yo. You be my strength and my power. You already know. I say do anything for your matter. My baby, yo. Come on, pay for you. I pay my estate for you. Do anything you want me to do, yeah. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Oh yeah, come here. Come here, come here, come here. Ooh. You must have addicted to me, yeah.
That was Come Here, guys, by by Josie. Yeah, welcome back, guys, to the 254 Web Show. I'm your host, Safari, and I'm glad for you guys to be joining us at this hour. For those who haven't been with us, welcome back, guys. This is the 254 Web Show. I'm your host, Safari, and I'm glad for you guys to be joining us. You can get into the conversation with us. Tell us how you feel. Tell us where you're listening from. Tell us how is your holiday coming up. You know, the Eid holiday is tomorrow. You know, tomorrow is a public holiday. It was announced by Matiang'i. So what are your preparations? What are you hoping to do? What are you hoping to, especially with the no barriers, you know? Sasa Mombasa watu wataenda ama tutabaki? You can get in touch with us, guys, from all social media platforms by searching the Black Hot Fire Network. You know, you can download our app from the Google Play Store. For those who are using Android, the app is called Black Hot Fire Network. You know, you can get in touch with us through 0754402730. You know, call us, SMS us, tell us how do you feel about everything today. You know, today is on a Thursday. Actually, it's actually Throwback Thursday. You know, and actually, yeah, we got to talk about some throwback. You know, with Issa and all that. And now we are going to jump into our neighborly country, Tanzania, you know. So if you guys haven't been watching this, or if you guys haven't heard this, we had Diamond who spent 500,000 shillings, you know, 500,000 K on just putting gold plates on his teeth, you know, like I really think you guys should go and see it. For me, I feel like they are very, 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 very authentic, man. Those things are just amazing, you know, and it gives him a good look, a new look, you know. And he said, like, it gives him the confidence. He was interviewed about it, you know. He did the purchase while he was in South Africa, you know. So he's saying it's really a good vibe for him, and he really looks good in it. Okay. And speaking about Diamond, he recently he was a mediator with between the Harmonize and Rayvanny beef. You know, we had the two Tanzanian artists who went on social media to air their grievances after, first of all, Harmonize bashed Rayvanny, you know, time ago for trying to sleep with an underage girl. You know, Harmonize at that time was dating the mother of the so-called underage girl. So Harmonize bashed Rayvanny on social media and all that. And a while later, you know, Rayvanny goes on, a few days later, you know, Rayvanny goes on social media and also bashes Harmonize. After learning that, Harmonize also tried to do the same, do the same with the daughter, you know. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about the story? You know, especially for artists as renowned as Rayvanny and Harmonize. First of all, that wasn't even a good show, and to put that all on display for, you know, it doesn't matter. Actually, Harmonize and Rayvanny used to be under one group, the WCB group. It was headed by Diamond. It's still being headed by Diamond Platinum, and Harmonize alijitoa, yeye alijiondoa. So I really think it was, I want to believe the reason why he left the record label was because of his own achievements. You know, maybe he wanted to go out there and achieve something greater, which he felt he wasn't achieving, and that's okay. You know, as an artist, you're allowed to take those extra measures that you feel are really needed to put yourself out there as an artist. You know, we've had artists breaking out of groups. You know, we've had artists going solo, not only locally, but also in the US. We had Harry Styles. You know, he was in the One Direction group, you know, and he went solo. His friend also Zayn, you know, they were in the same group and they parted ways. You know, we've had so many artists parting ways, you know. So I'd say if you feel like you need to take the extra measures, you know, to put yourself out there musically, then it's fine, you know, go ahead. But do you guys really think Harmonize, the reason why Harmonize left the WCB Records was because of he wanted to achieve his own success, you know, without having to be tied back to Diamond? You know, every time you mention Rayvanny, you can never miss out on Diamond, you know, and it's still the same. Even right now, you know, Harmonize actually said Diamond really helped him a great deal. You know, he was there for him through so many trials. You know, actually there was a video trending a while ago about Harmonize. You know, he was performing, you know, like he was being auditioned for a show. It was a Tanzania music show or something, and actually he was terrible at that time. I won't lie to you. I don't know why people are trying to bash the judges right now for writing him off. If you guys have watched the video, that Harmonize who was singing then is not the Harmonize we know now. I don't know what he did to his art, but he elevated, like it became something major, you know. So you guys, I want you guys to tell me, do you really feel the reason why Harmonize left the WCB Records was in all because of good faith, like he really wanted to put himself out there as a musician? Because after seeing these scandals that are coming up, you know, with him and Rayvanny, and ilifikia point they even took each other, you know, to the police station, you know, and asking statements and all that, you know. And Diamond had to come in between and tell them, guys, this is not how I brought you up. You know, I brought you up better than this. I taught you so many things, and you have to take this opportunity right now to try and prove each other lyrically and not lyrically and not the other way around, you know. Yeah, so how do you guys feel about the issue? Do you think like it was fair for them to do whatever they did, you know? And to the point, like, you know, once these accusations start coming out, this is when your image starts being tarnished, you know. So I want you guys to tell me, like, was it all music matters, or there was some issues, you know, accompanying the Harmonize movement to the WCB Records? Anyways, guys, so Diamond visited South Africa, you know, and he came back with some real grills, you know, on his teeth. And I was just looking at the picture, guys, and wow, they are really something. You know, they are really something. And yeah, I think it's a good move. You know, it's a good move for him. It's a new look. You know, people have always been, Diamond has been one of the artists, but honestly speaking, he has been one of the artists whom we've really put on a pedestal, like whom we really criticized a lot through his music, you know, and all that. There was a time he was also put in the Kenyan controversies about how he will get paid millions, and you know, like he has, you know, like I was listening to an interview with it was a certain actor actually, yeah, and he said every artist, you have your worth, you know. Kuna artist mwenye ukiita show sahihi, you have to pay for the transport, you have to pay for his his management's transport. You know, you have to pay for so many things just to get him on set. You know, just to get him. It's not even like you are sure he's going to perform, because we've had artists. Actually, by the way, this has been my most like terrible thing that's happening right now. I'm really looking forward. Like, it's really bothering me, because you get promoters coming in and paying you huge sums of money for you to perform for us for only like 10 minutes or like 20 minutes and you're done, you know. And that's really sad, you know, because you have fans who are expecting to see you, like to see you at your level best. You know, these people have come out there to support you. So for you doing that, it means then you're not loyal to your fans. So he was putting controversies about how he'll get paid millions and millions of shillings, and how these promoters will cater for everything, and yet they wouldn't do the same to the Kenyan artists, you know. And people were really complaining about all that. And this artist came out and said, it's all about your worth. You know, you have to understand your worth. You know, you have to be in a situation where you can be able to say, if this and this does not happen, then definitely I'm not going to be rolling in the same boat with you, you know. So it all depends with how you put yourself out there, how you market yourself out there as an artist. So winding it up, guys, you can get with us through the Blackwood Fire Network on all social media platforms. You can call, SMS, or WhatsApp us on 0754 402 730, 0754 402 730. Sorry. So I was asking you guys, like, do you think it's really fair for whatever these promoters were being accused for? Do you think it's true, you know, like how they will pay artists great money, and then when the local artists come to perform, you are paid in peanuts? I remember there was an incident where we were having an international artist coming in, and there was an artist who was called to cut Octopizzo. Now I do remember. So Octopizzo was called to cut and raise, and for 2 Chainz, it was called to cut and raise for 2 Chainz when 2 Chainz was coming into Kenya, and he was going to be paid 20,000 shillings, you know. And as an artist as big as him, for me, I felt that first of all was disrespect, you know, because take art as a job, you know. Art is really a big deal, because it is putting food for a lot of people on the table. Right now, we are having so many kids and so many young people getting stuff to do simply because of their art, you know. Right now, you don't have like we have been a generation where we are trying to be creative with our art, you know. So you have to handle it as a what commodity, you know. Like, you just can't expect, you know, to call an artist and pay him 5,000 for performing at your show, you know. I feel like there is worth, you know, kuna watu yenye unafaa kuwa sahi. Tuseme kama unataka kuita msanii fulani, lazima pia na wewe ujue watu wao msanii, unacheki, like, appreciate them, but you don't call them and then, you know, mistreat them, you know. This puts them down, you know. Like, I remember most of these artists, they were really complaining about how these things are being done, you know. So I want to hear from you guys. Do you really think we are giving, or we are paying artists, you know, what they deserve? We had also the incidents with the MCSK issues, you know, and this was my funniest, by the way. How do you get to have an album and you get paid 50 bob? Like your album was worth 50. Like I remember artists posting screenshots of whatever the MCSK was sending them, and people were being sent 100 shillings. Like, imefikia point right now tumebeba art ni kama si kitu like unaweza concentrate nayo. Like, the way the country right now is taking art to be, it's like we have better things out there to do. So if you want to major in art, you know, it's going to be a really hard thing for you, and that shouldn't be it, guys. Because trust you me, right now we have, okay, we were speaking about artists like Jay-Z, you know, artists who've made millions and millions. We have Kanye West, who was said to be the richest black man to have ever lived, you know, and all that, you know. And all this came as a result of art, you know. It doesn't have to be music. It doesn't have to be acting. It doesn't have to be anything. You know, we have people who can draw, you know, and I've seen paintings, you know, from Kenyans, you know, about stories, you know, like someone can show you a painting, and it will tell a story, of something happening somewhere, So art right now is so diverse to the point like we have to be really, really, really immersed into it. Like we have lazima tuelewe from the point yenye our artists wanatoka, because for them they believe in their art, so that definitely becomes their job. So wewe unaweza kubali uende wera alafu msee asikulipe, so why would you want to do the same for some other person? So right now art imewekwa in a situation where it's not being given the respect that it deserves, and for that reason, for that same reasons, that's why we have this incidents occurring like the ones from MCSK, where they pay artists after UCP, that's whatever they were sending them at that time. If you haven't read the story, you can go and read it. Artists were being paid. I remember Khaligraph Jones alikuwa analipwa ngapi? I think it was not even above 500 shillings. And remember at that time alikuwa ametoa ma hit songs karibia 4 zikifuatana. Then like you are told all your hard work, do you know how much how much money these guys put into a music video? I have seen music videos cost even up to 500,000 Kenyan shillings. I've seen music videos go up to 1 million. Like that's just the expense of, because you have to pay what? You have to pay your vixens if you're going to have vixens. You have to pay your crew, because you have to have a videographer, you have to have a director, you have to have there's this supporting cast, that has to be there. So having to cater for all that, then you are told like hiyo ngoma yenye umetoa, it is worth, okay, let's say 400 divided by 4, it's worth 100 shillings. Like it's not like, it's even ridiculous. Like even speaking about it, I right now at this moment of time, like it's so ridiculous. Like it shouldn't even be speaking about these types of things right now with all this going on, because trust you me, art, I feel like art is the thing that has given employment to so many youths. Right now, you'd go to places like Nairobi town, you'd find so many young guys, they do what? They do tattoos, ear piercing. That's also art, Tattoos, first of all, it's an art, and it's really growing, You'd go to Nairobi town and you'd see people who will paint, and they will be selling their art, whatever they've painted. And it takes a lot of time, because you have to find canvases and paints, and all this requires money. Anything, like any art you see out there, people are putting out, it like these guys put in a lot of effort and a lot of money. So what the government is not doing is supporting its artists, because you can't tell me I can put in a million investment only to get back what 500 shillings. It doesn't even make sense, Sasa unaona ikifika hiyo point, let's say if you have people supporting you and they'll be like, wow, manze wewe unaona hii video tulitoa na tao na 200k alafu tena sasa hivi tunalipwa punch, manze, see, is it worth it, and now you start asking if it's worth it. And we usually wait until it's late enough to talk about these matters. We usually wait until something major happens, so that we can now go on social media, and try to hype things up and be like, oh, this and this, when we are not doing justice to them right now. We've had artists who've complained about this for such a long time. So guys, I want to listen to you guys. If you are an artist, you can also get in touch with us through the Black Coat Fire Network, on all social media platforms, and tell us, what are the things that have been done, because it's simply disrespectful. It's like you're not respecting my work as an artist, So I want you guys to join in with us, and tell us how do you feel about the whole situation. Remember, you can get in touch with us through the Black Coat Fire Network on all social media platforms. I also urge you guys to go and download our app. It's on Google Play Store. It's called the Black Coat Fire Network, guys. You can also visit the blackcoatfirenetwork.com, and you can also get in touch with us through 0754402730. You can call, SMS, and WhatsApp us through 0754402730. Guys, we are getting to the end segment of the show, guys, and I'm really glad for you guys to be joining us. I can see Trevor Chibude Hussein is really locked in. Thank you guys for being with me. It's been Safari, and this has been the 254 Wave Show. As I go out, I believe in you with the hit from from Lexoff. It's called Inhale, and I'm hoping you'll enjoy it, guys. Have a nice time and goodbye.
The love you get, it's equal to the love you take. The life you live, it's equal to the steps you take. The world we live is deeper than the eyes can see. The blessings in are deeper than the deep you see. To infinity and beyond, beyond. Live life trying to get my beyond. Count my blessings and move on beyond. Get time not to move away. To infinity and beyond, beyond. Live life trying to get my beyond. Count my blessings and move on beyond. Get time not to like one year. And light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. I'm on a roll it up. And light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. Na roll it up. And light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. I'm on a roll it up. And light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. Na. Mind over matter. You can be anything you dream. Just when the feelings come on, you take them and you learn. Then you can fly high and land above the stars. I remember life asked me, you want to be a star? You think you got all you got to go far? Many men they come and many men they fall. So what you got that's different? Who do you think you are? I told him I'm a star. I told him I was blessed. I told him that old man I'm born already star. I told him we could test. I told him we could set. I told him we got all we need to go far. The pain on our chest, I feel like heavy stress. Or maybe that's the push we need to go far. It's a marathon, not the sprint that we are racing. We got all we need to win, now we relating. I wanna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. I wanna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. Na roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. I wanna roll it up and light it up. Inhale the good and exhale the back. Na. We don't like that, we don't like that. 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 We don't like